In this video, we will be discussing general configuration, the load and save settings. General configuration applies to all manual as well as automation execution. Whatever executions are getting done from TradeFlow application, all executions, the general settings will be applicable to all the executions. Now let's go to load and save. Here, this combination of the day plus the index. Here we can save our settings for the day. For example, every Friday, a person is doing a rolling straddle, or if a person is doing a strangle. So whatever you're doing, you can save it for the day and then load it. For example, let's take a 30 rupee call and 30 rupee put strangle. So today is Friday. I will be saving the strategy for Friday with a 2 rupee hedge, 900 quantity. I can keep a price check. For example, 45 with update of 50%. I'll be exiting my losing leg. So this is just one of the examples. You can save your own settings here. I have an exit PNL of minus 50,000, target of 65,000 with a stepwise of 5,000. Here, so all of my settings. Now I can save this. Here I have saved. It says saved. Now if I can close this. So now today is a Friday, I'll open the application, select the index and just load. For Friday, let's load. So everything is auto-populated because we saved it. Even my PNL, my price check, my price difference, whatever settings I saved for the day for Friday with Bank Nifty combination. So this is how the load and save works. We will be discussing maximum quantity per order. The max quantity per order is basically order slicing. So this is used for order slicing. It is used to set the maximum quantity per order. Now if I want to sell a strangle with 1200 quantity and I've kept a max order slicing as 600. So there will be two orders. 600, 600, 600. So this is how the order slicing works. If I want to just sell, for example, 120 of this, let's exit everything. If I want to sell 120 and I have by mistake I kept the order slicing as 420. So nothing will happen. 120 in this order. 120 is the first order and the second order. So this is how order slicing works. So here basically what it does is, if we are putting a smaller value, then more number of orders. If you're putting it, for example, if I put 180 and I keep as 1200. So there will be a lot of orders. So higher brokerage, but the slippages would be less. But if we keep a larger value, here if I keep 900, so obviously the orders would be less, but we can see the slippages could be high. But the brokerage would be less, but the slippages could be high. So this is how max quantity per order works. We will be discussing max price. Max price is the maximum price above. So above this, the buy order will not go through. This is only for buy order. The buying order will not go through above this. So now for example, I am selling a straddle. Currently it is at 290 and 330. Let's sell this. 341 and 292. So my max price is 500. So above this, the square off will not happen above 500. Now for example, if I am selling just a strangle of maybe 39 for 54. So here I can change this. I do not want to wait till 500. I can keep, now for example, this 39, just for 2 ticks, it goes to maybe 400 or 350. But the square off will not happen above 100 because you've mentioned 100 is the maximum price. So the square off or any buy order will not go above this price. So this is how max price works. So this basically can help in any unexpected trade, basically freak trades. So as the system will not execute the buy order if the price is above the maximum price set by the user. So this is how the max price works. We will be discussing tick, the wait tick now. So wait is the number of ticks that it will wait before any automation adjustment happens. Either adjustment or even exit or target PNL. So it will wait for these many ticks before the exit happens, before the target PNL exit happens, or before any adjustment happens. For example, let's take a strangle. So here, as we can see, 38 and 54. If I keep it as 39 and I want to wait for 5 ticks. 57 and 39. Now 39, if it stays above 39 for 5 ticks, so if it goes to 39.2, 39.3, then again 38.5, then the tick counter again sets to 0 and it will wait for the LTP to be above 39 for these many number of ticks as mentioned here. User can change this. Then only the adjustment will happen. Adjustment or any automation will happen depending on the number of ticks we mentioned here. We will be discussing maximum adjustments. Here, maximum adjustments. So each time an algo based adjustment is made, a counter called adjustment is incremented. Here we can see the adjustment counter. Currently it is 0. Let's take a position. As soon as an adjustment will happen, here the counter will get incremented, and when the value of the adjustments counter, this reaches the specified maximum value, here we have mentioned a value, when it reaches the maximum value, then all automation processes will automatically stop. Everything will stop, and there will also be an alert, a warning message will be displayed when only 2 more adjustments are allowed. For example, if 9 are done, at that point of time, a warning message will be displayed here that the maximum adjustment limit is nearing. So we can manually, if we want the system to keep running, we can manually increase the adjustment counter. Here we can see adjustment is 1. If I press refresh, this counter will again be set to 0. Let's do it. Also, if I do a manual adjustment, it will not be counted. Here the counter did not get increased. But if any algo based adjustment will happen, then the counter will get increased. And the number of adjustment that you mentioned, that will be the maximum. After that, all automation will be stopped. And once I press refresh, the counter is set to 0. So we will be discussing move 2 strikes. So this option applies to all adjustments, whether we are moving away or we are moving closer to the spot. So when this option is checked, the algo will move by 2 strikes in a single step. So when the option is unchecked, by default it is unchecked. So it will move by 1 strike in a single step. So the benefit of this feature is that it can help reduce adjustment related charges. Now for example, let's take a triangle. So I'm selling this at 88.82 and I've kept a price check of 95.95. So as we can read, so 48,300 call, when it is greater than 95, it will move to 48,400 call. So it will be risking off by 1 strike. Similarly with put also, 900 will move to 800, it will be risking off by 1 strike. If I keep it as 2, so then we can see that it will move by 2 strike. The 48,300 call will move to 48,500 call when the LTP is greater than 95. So now it will be moving by 200 points. So basically 2 strikes, 2 step away. For 900 put, will be moving to 46,700 put. So 2 strikes away if we check this. So it does not impact manual adjustments. If I want to use the grid, if I am doing this, move 2 away, so that this will work. If I am doing moving 1 away, so this will also work. So this is only applicable for algo adjustments. Whenever we are doing move away or come closer to the spot, and price check, price difference, these automation or features are checked. Here this move to strike, by default this is not checked. If you want to check this, if you want the movement to happen by 2 strikes, then we can check this. So this is how move by 2 strikes work. We will be discussing exit hedges now. Here as we can see, by default this is checked. But if we do not want the hedges or the buy positions to exit, when we are trying to exit using exit now or exit PNL or target PNL, sometimes people use it for a re-entry. They keep the hedges as it is and they want to re-enter. So then we can uncheck this. Let's take this. Let's understand this with an example. For example, I am selling this triangle and I am buying a hedge of 50,000 call and 45,000 put. So this is my position right now. Now if I see my target PNLs, let's add some quantity so that I can create some target PNL or exit PNL. My exit PNL is minus 500. Target PNL is also 500. So whatever is reached, if I uncheck this, then my hedges will not be exited. Only my sold positions will be exited. For the number of ticks, I can mention the number of ticks as 2. So that, okay, so here we can see the exit PNL happened, but the hedges are not exited. Now if I want to take a re-entry, I can take a re-entry. with just a click of a button with my hedges as it is. So if we do not want the hedges to be exited at the time of exit PNL, target PNL, or if I'm just exiting now, if this is unchecked, the hedges will not be exited. Let's take another example. Here, instead of PNL, I'm doing exit now. So if I do exit now and I haven't checked exit hedges, so it will just exit everything, but it will not exit the hedges. So this is how exit hedges work. By default, this will be ticked if you want to untick, and if you do not want the buy positions to be exited, then we can uncheck this. So this is how exit hedges work. We will be discussing limit order. Here, if this is not checked, then all the orders sent through the application will be market orders. But if this is checked, then all the orders sent by the application will be limit orders. And the application will automatically determine the price based on the select percentage value. Here I can select the percentage value. Now for example, I am selecting 10% and the LTP is 100. Now 100 for 100, the buy order, the limit price will be set to 100 plus 10% of LTP, that is 110. And for sell out order, it will be 90, 100 minus 10% of LTP. So this is how limit order works. If we do not want the limit order to be sent, then we can uncheck this. All the market orders will be going through the application, and if we want the limit order to be sent through the application, then we can check this. So this is how limit order works.